So at the beginning of this year, I joined a Muay Thai class at my local MMA gym. I'd taken a few kickboxing classes about 5 years before that, so while I want to say I wasn't an absolute beginner, I was pretty much starting from scratch. That's actually where I got this. I got this from a well-placed head kick during a recent sparring session, but you should see the other guy. He looks totally fine. That guy's a beast. I barely even touched him. So why did I start doing this? Well, my main physical hobby used to be various rec sports, mainly soccer, which I played growing up and all throughout my 20s. But as I entered my 30s, my mindset shifted a little bit. I wanted to keep active, stay fit, and have fun. But I also wanted to develop in areas that I felt I was lacking in. And combat was one of those areas. I had never been in a fight before, and I wouldn't really know how to physically defend myself or my loved ones if it came to it. And that's something I wanted to change. I wanted to have confidence in my ability to handle a situation if it was becoming physically aggressive and I wasn't able to verbally de-escalate. I wanted to be able to remain calm in those situations. I felt like this is what I wanted to learn in this chapter of my life. So for the past year, I've been going to Muay Thai about 2 to 3 times a week, with one of the classes being specifically a sparring session. I've gotten punched in the face more times than I can count over this year, and I've learned quite a lot. But I'm not going to sit here as a beginner and try to explain how to be a better fighter or a martial artist after under a year of experience. I think the biggest learnings for me have been mental and about myself. For example, discipline. Like many martial arts dojos, the gym has an established culture of discipline and respect. Respect for yourself, respect for your classmates, respect for your opponents, and respect for your coaches. I've learned and practiced discipline in the class, but I've also learned and practiced self-discipline outside the class as well. I've seen the result of putting in the effort each week to continually grow and get better, which doesn't just apply to Muay Thai. It's also been good for pushing through mental barriers that I've set on myself. There have definitely been days where I didn't feel like going. Maybe I felt tired that day, or I just didn't want to get punched in the face, but I still went. And every single time I went, when things wrapped up, I was glad I made that decision, even if I ended up with something like this. Another thing I've learned is the difference between seeing something and thinking you can do it versus actually training in it and learning how to do it. I used to watch self-defense videos and then think, okay, great, now I know how to get out of a headlock. I just have to do X, Y, and Z. But now I know how wrong I was for thinking like that. When it comes down to it, maybe you'll remember how to do it, but will your body know how? And will your body be able to do it? Normally it won't, unless you've trained it hundreds of times and built it into your muscle memory. But even if you've trained it a bunch of times, that doesn't necessarily mean you know how to apply it. This was taken a step further when I first started sparring. It was a kind of rude awakening when I realized that all the combos I had just learned, and were throwing on the pads, quite well I might add, don't land nearly as well when your target moves or hits back. There's been lots of times where I've thought, okay, I'll dodge this punch, I'll counter with this. And then I don't dodge the punch, I get punched, and I forget that I was going to do that. Mike Tyson was right when he said, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. As I've gone to more sparring sessions, I've gotten better at taking punches and throwing counters instinctively. But that was developed through training and being in those situations over and over and over again. And lastly, I've learned that performing at a high level is a combination of mind and muscle memory. This applies to anything in life, not just Muay Thai. But it definitely applies to Muay Thai as well. You can't just become an expert overnight. You only get to that point after having put in thousands of hours of work, learning and repeating the techniques over and over again, until your mind knows exactly when to apply it, and your body can do the same instinctively. So I think those are 3 pretty important lessons that Muay Thai has taught me that can be applied to anything in life. The importance of training something in order to actually learn it. The importance of time and repetition in order to learn it well. And the importance of discipline, which is needed to stick to your journey even when it gets difficult. Actually, you know what else I've learned about myself from starting Muay Thai in my 30s? Injuries take so much longer to heal than they did before. In my 20s, I'd get a minor injury, like a charley horse to my quad, and it hurt for a week, maybe 2, but then it'd be done after that. Now, I get that same injury and I still feel it a month or 2 later. Oh, the joys of getting old. I'm not going to be picking any fights out on the streets, but after having been through quite a few fight situations through sparring, I know I wouldn't be as nervous if the time actually did come. And I'm continuing to grow the confidence in my abilities to handle any situation that comes up. With all that, I feel like my journey has only just begun, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.